I didn't get your name. Temi. Okay. Temi Tayo. Temi Ola. Temi Lola. I've renamed everybody. Sorry, oh. Side hustle. What about it? Focus on your studies and leave the hustle aside. That's another style. That's not how I said it too. So I said whatever it is you're doing is a side hustle. Whatever business you're running, whatever job you're getting on a part-time basis is a side hustle. The main hustle is school. The main hustle is to study. All right. Can we go into the next one? Okay. So next we're going to be talking about maximizing your time before the tertiary institution. How many of you have brothers and sisters that after they finish secondary school, they stayed at home for 1 year? I said brothers or sisters. Fine, not just brothers or sisters, relatives. They stayed at home for 1 year. Only one hand, 2 hands, 3 hands. How many of you are currently staying at home? Thank you. Me, I stayed at home, so it's all of us. So, yeah. How many of us are not staying at home in Jesus' name? Yeah. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Drop your hand. How many of you know someone or you personally, you are staying at home? I want to see your hand. Is it possible there's only one person? Okay, I'm going to raise my hand too because I stayed at home. I stayed at home for some time. I didn't enter school immediately. I'm waiting for the hands because if I don't see the hands, then what I'm about to teach doesn't apply to you. So I will teach it. Only 3 hands. Okay, so maybe I'll just carry these 3 people and we'll go to the back. Any other people, you know somebody who has stayed at home after secondary school, or you personally, you are staying at home, raise your hand. So all of you here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't know anybody that stayed at home. All of you, when you finish school, you entered. All right, what of you? Don't know anybody. And all the people that you know, once they finish school like this, university, straight. Now, wow. All right, why am I asking that question? Why is everybody saying now, wow? Pushback. I heard that thing from my husband. Very weird. Okay. That's not the now wow I was saying. No, my own is the normal one. So why are we talking about this today? Why is this important to talk about? All right, guys, one house. I would really appreciate everybody's participation. Why do we need to talk about this today? Can I shock you guys with some statistics? Are we all listening? You said somebody is there. Where's the person? Are you going somewhere? Should we wait for you? Can I shock you guys with some statistics? Are we together? I don't think so. We seem a bit distracted. I just want to give everybody a moment to... Would you like to share with us? Both of you? Would you like to share with us? Okay. Please, I'd like to have everybody's attention. All right, I've got some shocking statistics here. Everybody now. Kilo day. 13 to 26% of those who apply to universities in their first year will gain admission, according to a JAMB study done in 2013. 13 to 26% of those who apply to universities in their first year will gain admission. 100 minus 26. If not, I would have questioned all your school results. It means there is a whooping 74% that wrote JAMB, that jammed them, and so they are sitting at home. Why is this statistic important? Even though all of you here, you don't want to tell me the truth. I don't know anybody. All of us know people that after writing JAMB, they could not get into the university. 13 is the lower range. of this statistic. 100 minus 13 is what? Do you want to take a leg break? Do you want to take a leg break? Do you want to stretch? Okay. You want to stretch? You want to stretch? Feel free to. You can stretch and come back. You can stretch and come back. 100 minus 13 is what? What was the number you guys gave me before? 74. Which means on a good day, 74% of us will stay at home immediately after leaving school for at least 1 year. On a bad day, what's the percentage? 87. 13 over 100, is that pass mark? JAMB should question themselves that if only 13% entered school, what's happening to the remaining? Anyways, that's not the focus of the day. But this is just to let you know that this is important to discuss. Because if you don't listen to what I'm going to share today, if you end up being in the 87%, it will meet you unprepared because you're not going to know what to do with yourself for a whooping 12 months. Then again, you might already be in that position. Why result? Has it not come out? Some of us have found out that we have to go and enroll in GCE school. Some of us have found out that our JAMB result was not good, so we have to go and enroll in JAMB lesson. What are you going to do with that 1 year? That is what we are discussing today. Some of us, our parents will tell us they cannot pay for JAMB and WAEC the same year. How many of you know what I'm talking about? We pay for WAEC. You will now write JAMB next year. So whether you get the chance to write it or not, you are already automatically going to stay at home for how long? At least 1 year. Do you guys understand what I've just explained? That being said, how many of you have heard that the federal government has reviewed the minimum age to enter the university? Bam! If you like, pass JAMB. If you like, pass your WAEC. If you are 14 years, you are going to stay at home for how long? If your daddy and your mommy don't have money to send you to Benin, Ghana, if it is Nigeria that you must do your school, you must wait. What are you going to do while you are waiting? That is what we are discussing today. I hope you guys all understand what I'm talking about. I'd like us all to sit up, please. I've taken my time to come. Please make my time worthwhile. Sit up. Finally, if we don't correctly teach you or explain to you the opportunities, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. You'll just be confused. Can you all see the slides? Can everybody see that slide? Can we all see the slides? Can we see at least one screen? Can you see the screen? What does it say? Your wait time is not a holiday. Reflect. I will travel. I will watch TV. I will wake up in the morning. I will eat what I like. I'm not going anywhere by 8 o'clock. It is not a holiday. And that is one reality that people usually miss, because a lot of the time people are excited and waiting for when they will finish their exams so that they can take a break. Yes, are you entitled to a break? Yes, you are. But after 2 months or 3 months, after realizing what your future will require, whether you're going to take JAMB, take WAEC, you've seen the results, you probably didn't do well enough, so you have to retake it. And it is nothing to be ashamed of. I told you guys, I had to stay at home for 1 year. And I'll tell you more about that if time permits. I don't want to drag this. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just realizing that you need to effectively manage your time, because time lost is time gone. You can't bring it back. When I came, it was about 12:30 or 12:20. We can't go back to 12:20 of 6th of September again, can we? We can't. That time has gone. So whether you think it's a holiday or not, if you're not properly prepared, you will end up still assuming that, it is a reward for 6 years of high school. JS1, JS2, JS3, SS1, It says, oh, this is my time to rest. It's not your time to rest. It's not your time to rest. See, once you are born into this world, you're on a hamster wheel. How many of you know what a hamster is? Sorry? A hamster is a small animal that runs like a rat, yes, that runs on a wheel. You're like this. The moment you stop to breathe, you just might recognize that, hey, you stopped a little too early. So it's not a time to take a break. Is it good to rest? Yes. But it is not like an entire rest that, hey, I'm going to spend all of this time resting. And finally, it's not time to just sit on social media morning till night. Ah, they've released Bobrisky from prison. Hey, Bobrisky this, Bobrisky that. What else is in the news right now? Sorry? Fish pie! Fish pie! It is not the time for that. It is not. Who won the Grammy? Who did not win the Grammy? Which church is doing this? Which church is not doing that? Who did Tinubu call out? Who did Tinubu didn't? Chelsea, Man U, thank you. It's not the time. Am I saying you shouldn't have some time for social media? No, 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 no. I'm just saying you can't afford to be on social media morning till night. You know what's happening? Your brain even starts to feel very dense. So all of these ideas are cancelled, okay? And now we're going to talk about ways you can practically engage yourselves in your waiting time. What did I say? All right, move to the next slide. What was the first thing they say? That is the answer to your question, okay? You were the one asking me, if you have a business idea, you're in secondary school, should you do it? I said no, there will be time for that. So that's 1 year, aside studying, and I'm sharing this with the assumption that all of you know you still need to study to get into the university, okay? Hello? Hello? I'm saying this with the assumption that you all know you still need to keep studying. Do we all know that? Yes. But aside that, you can get a job. So now let me tell you my own personal story. Anybody care to listen? Yes. Are you interested in hearing it? Yes. All right, so I studied, had a good WAEC result, was good. Sorry? What say it? Oh no, I can tell you my result. I think it was okay. I think it was good. I had 3 A1s, technical drawing, maths, and geography. I had 4 Bs and I had 2 Cs. I think I did okay. And then jammed me. I had 214. In my mind, I tried, but that was also the time when there was no post-UME. So to read engineering, you needed to have 260. If you don't have 260, go and do it again. Or go and collect another course, economics and all of that and all of that. And so I had time to study another 1 year. You can imagine how I felt. I was very scared. I said, God, will my brain not start to age? My father was more afraid for me. He said, by the time it's time to enter school, this girl might not be sharp again. Funny idea. Anyways, and so I took a job. And that's why I think getting a job is very important. I was going to jam school. But I took a job. Guess what I did? I was teaching children. I had neighbors whose children were in basic 2, primary 2, primary 3, and nursery. And I started teaching them 3 times a week. So I'll go for jam lesson in the morning. And I hope you guys are listening. You're beginning to distract me and I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And so when I come back in the afternoon, I'll go and teach those children. And they were paying me 20,000 naira per month. 20,000 naira per month in 2006, 2005 was a lot of money. I tell you. So because there were 2 children, they were paying me 10,000 per child. And I'm giving you guys ideas of what you can practically do right now. So don't say, I don't know what I'll do myself. You can do a lot with yourself. You can. You're smart. The fact that jam doesn't mean you're not smart. You're smart. So why don't I wake up in the morning and be a pain in your mother's bum? Why not get a way to gainfully employ yourself? Do you know what it also does to you? It makes your parents recognize that you are responsible. You earn your parents' respect even when you are still in their house. Do you know what I said? And it's a way for you to have some small pocket money for yourself. If you want a recharge card, you can buy. You don't have to say, money, give me 1,000. Daddy, give me 2,000. I don't know. It just shows that, okay, you are growing up. And so when I took that holiday job, my father was very uncomfortable because my dad said, I can take care of you. What are you trying to say? I said, nothing, no. I have time on my hands. Guys, you've come for September to remember because you're not going to be the same person who came here when you leave. You have to learn. I told you these guys didn't come here to waste your time because they could have been doing other things with themselves. If you live here and you go back to your house and you haven't changed, you've not made up your mind what you're going to do differently, but it has been a waste of your 3 days. So I took a job. And guess what? I'm still friends with the woman till today, and her husband and her children. She will say, Ify, you really tried for my children. How old was I? I was 15. Was I the only person that did it? No. But I guess because the age we live in is a bit different, there wasn't social media then. Now social media is the big rave. So a lot of people don't think of the fact that you can be gainfully employed even as a young person. Okay? So you can be gainfully employed. Don't go far. They were my neighbors. Start from your neighbors. Tell the woman, mommy, this summer, or when your children come back from school, I can teach them, just find me 5,000. Do you know what I said? It is so practical. Why are you laughing? Feel free to ask me questions. We're going to have a session for questions, right? It is so practical and it is so easy. And confidence is like a perfume. When you come into a place and you're wearing a perfume, people will smell it, right? When you are confident in your abilities, especially to be able to teach, I didn't do more than myself. Nobody that I taught was in secondary school. They were all in primary school. I told you their classes. Abi, is it that I cannot do 100 tests and units? I can't do it. It's so basic. I need to be able to do it. So I told her, Ma, I'm smart. I can teach your son. She laughed. I said, watch me teach him. If he doesn't improve after 1 month, don't call me back. She said, hey, oh yeah, come and do it. Why am I telling you guys this? Because you're actually old enough to be very successful. Remember that we put a context. First session, we talked about how you're not going to be doing some things while you are in school because your priorities are different. But when you have a wait time of a whole year or even more, depending on how many times jams you, are you going to be idle? You say, I'm going for jam lesson. You and I know that jam lesson is probably only 4 hours of each day. What are you doing with the rest of your time? How many of you understand what I'm saying? So, wake up, make up your mind to be productive. To be what? Yeah. You can do more than you are giving yourself the ability to. And so, like I said, confidence is like a perfume. I told her, she said, oh yeah, come and start. I did the first one. She said, oh yeah, add his sister. We added his sister. And then she started paying me. Every month until I was ready to enter the university, I was a lesson teacher. Some of you say it will affect your steez. Which steez do you have when you have not entered school? Which steez do you have when you don't have your own money? Sir, a homie. Where are you? Who are you? So have you guys learned what I just explained? So what's number one? Productive engagement. Number two, get a skill. Get a what? Get a skill. I'm sure people have been speaking to you since we started September to remember about skills. Someone came earlier who's a tech founder who talked to you guys about getting tech skills, I'm sure. You have listened to people from yesterday who talked about practical skills, makeup artistry, photography. Get a skill. Now is a good time to go and say, I want to learn with you. Teach me what you are doing. The person will say, I can't pay you. Don't worry. I'm kukuma in my house not doing anything. So if I decide to come to your business place, your studio, and come and just observe so that you can show me a few tricks, that's an easy way for me to get a skill that I can grow and phone even after I've gotten into the university. Did you understand what I just said? There are some skills that might not even require you learning under someone. All you need to do is go check the internet. The same internet that we are using to learn now, wow, is the same internet you can use to equip yourself with skills, practical skills. I talked about virtual assistants earlier. How does being a virtual assistant work? Some people have some routine task. Routine meaning is the same thing, they do it every day. They want somebody else to do it for them. E.g., call this person, get this procedure, tell somebody to go and do shopping for you. You can even be a personal shopper. You can actually tell this woman, I will go to the market for you. My 12 is close to my house. I will go for you, but you will add 5K on top for me. Buy the woman's market, give her the list, collect your 5K. We're just not thinking enough. If you think, there are avenues that you can use to put some change in your pocket. So get a skill. Figure out other things that you can do. You can learn product design. If you have access to a laptop right now, if you have access to Canva, you can learn how to use Canva to do basic, simple designs. Your mother's friend, she's running a shoe business. She likes to do small, small designs to post on WhatsApp to show the latest delivery of her shoes. Tell her, I can be helping you to design the flyers for your business. Every flyer that I design, give me 1,000. You know that it's Canva you are using. At the background, just do like 10. Send her. Is that not your 10,000? Think, guys. There are things that you can do. You are not as limited as you think. You are not as handicapped as you think. Understood? I'm sure before we get out of here, Yaka Initiative is going to make a list of practical skills that you can start to equip yourselves with. Is this something we can do for them? Okay, so definitely make sure you ask them to share that with you before this is over. I'm sure they'll share it on the very last day. Just things that I can learn. Some of them, you don't need to be able to monetize them now because you are not at the point where somebody can pay you for it. You just need to know it so that you can build on it. The guy who talked to you guys yesterday about making shoes, he has a full-time job. Oh. The shoe is his investment. His full-time job is product design, and he taught himself product design. He didn't go to any school. He didn't go to any tutorial college. He used the internet. Understood? And he's paid in dollars in Nigeria while you are here using the same internet to learn. Now, wow. All right. Next on the productive engagement is what? Is what? Everybody get up. They're waiting for everybody. Oh. Just look at. Are we ready? Have we gotten up? Okay. Guys, they're waiting for you. Are we all up? Yes. Please look around you. Everybody sit down. Can we all stand up? If you don't even want to beat me, can we sit down? Can we stand up? In short, if people are not smiling, you will go to the back and come forward. Can we sit down? All right. Another thing you can easily do is get fit. For a generation of young people, statistics show that we are not fit. Why? We have modernized forms of transportation and we have social media. So we spend more time on our devices than we actually spend walking around. Okay? Pick up an exercise regime. The minimum you should do is 30 minutes 3 times a week. Just tell yourself you will walk from the end of your street back to the house. What are you doing? You are exercising. The earlier you start to build those type of cultures, the better for your body, your immune system. If not, you will realize before you are 30, you are nursing sicknesses that people in their 60s should be nursing. Understood? You might say, ah, no, that's extreme. It's not extreme. It's not. We're having more and more cases of young people dealing with depression, dealing with blood conditions, dealing with obesity than we have ever had before. So you don't have to do anything fancy. Just exercise. Keep your blood pumping. How many times a week did I say we should do it? And how many minutes a day? Fantastic. Volunteer. I don't see why all of you cannot come back next year as volunteers with Yaka initiative. What I'm doing right now, we don't want to do it for somebody else. Work as an intern for someone, the person close to your house, or somebody who has a skill that you want to learn. That's an easy way to maximize the time you are spending at home. So I said intern or volunteer. After Yaka, Yaka is a social enterprise. It's funded from people's personal purses. Walk up to Happiness, walk up to Petra, ask, how can I support? What can I do? That's an easy way to learn a skill. By the time Happiness takes a laptop and gives you and says, help me send this mail, you have learned how to type mails. By the time she says, work on this Excel, you have learned a few things that will be beneficiary for your future. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? I think there's one more, two, before we go to questions. Get a hobby. If you don't already have something that you're excited about and you just like to do with your pastime, build on it. What's your passion? What do you like doing? Aside gaming. What's your passion? Some people don't even know. Sorry? Sorry? Speak up now, guys. Sweeping. Sleeping cannot be your passion. Sleeping cannot be your passion. Why not work now so you can sleep later? I'll tell you guys more about that later if we have time. And then finally, what did I say? Reading. You can have a minimum number of pages you want to read every day. Get a book, have an accountability partner, like a friend or two friends. 3 of us, let's read this book. And we'll do reviews on WhatsApp. That time we will do WhatsApp video call just to be randomly, how are you? How are you? How are you? You guys can actually use that time to review a book together. Okay, so we just read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What did you learn? I learned this. I learned that. Okay, can we practice part of what we learned? All of you are looking at me like this, but that is how you are able to differentiate between those who are successful in life and those who just coast through life. And there are a lot of free books online today. Books that you would have had to buy 10 years ago, but are available on websites that you can download for free. All right? I think I have exhausted this. So I'm leaving you guys with one quote. Every investment in effective time use is an investment in your future. Every investment in effective time use is an investment in your future. All right, thank you so much. I will be happy to take your questions. So you have a question? Go ahead. Every investment in effective time use is an investment in your future. Happy to take your questions. Ask me any question. The first session I took, the second session, or just anything that curiously you would like to know, I'll be happy to share. Go ahead.
We closed late in school.
Thank you.
By 4. So I'm thinking how will I cut my tutorials and also read yet, but we have little more time tonight. I don't really like reading the night.
So you closed late in school,
Yeah.
And you're wondering how you will be able to study
And also do my tutorials.
by tutorials. You mean teaching other kids?
So getting information from like learning a skill, like that.
Learning a skill. Okay. I mean, it's very doable. Sit down. Good question. It's very doable. In your school schedule, there are different times. There are times when you probably have midterm tests, exams, and then there are times when your schedule is pretty light. Aside your regular classes, catching up on what you have written, what you have studied, you don't have to do much. You can structure your schedule in such a way that during the week, you only work on your tutorials twice a week, 1 hour in the evenings, and then you do your heavy lifting on the weekends, on Saturdays. Sorry? Chores. Well, you can't help it. Something has to give. It's up to you. You're not doing it for me or for any third party. If it's important to you, you will make the time for it. I agree you have chores, but it's not possible that in a full day, you can't squeeze out an hour on a weekday. How about the weekend? Saturdays and Sundays are light. You should be able to squeeze out an hour or two for something that's important to you. That's why I said it's up to you. Some people might not be able to make out the time during active school periods, but they can make out the time during holidays. They can make out the time when they are waiting after writing JAM and WAEC. So it's up to you. Prioritize. If something is important to you, you will make the time for it. Back in the day, I had friends who after school would go and sit in what we used to call browsing centers. They don't have it anymore. We didn't have internet on our phones. We didn't have internet access. So what we had then were what we used to call cyber cafes. So you go and sit in the cyber cafe, you buy time, you sit there from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, sometimes 7 o'clock, because you're meeting people on the internet, you're making friends. We had high five, we didn't have Facebook. And then the people will still go home, and these guys will still read and they will still pass. If it's important to you, you will make the time for it. It's what I think. So I'm not going to give you a one size fits all. I'm just going to tell you, you can make the time. It's up to you to now decide when to make it happen. Yeah. I mean, I mentor a lot of teenagers, and I was discussing with a teenager on Friday. I'm not going to pretend I don't know the kind of things you guys struggle with. And this girl was telling me how she's in her waiting period. She's waiting to enter the university. She's writing post-jam on the 12th of October. And she was telling me how a lady reached out to her. So I know that people reach out to you. Random lady. That she's also interested in women. And that she would like to be her friend. And I asked her, so what did you say to her? She said, we've just been chatting. I said, madam, you are reading for your post-jam? She said, yes. I said, but you have the time to be talking to somebody that you have never met before, who just strolled into your DM and is telling you she would like to be friends with you because she's also into girls. She said, we're just chatting. Tomorrow, if I ask this same person, can you make her 1 hour to come and do this and that? She will say, I'm busy, I'm reading. So I said all that to make you understand that if something is important to you, you will make the time for it. You will squeeze the time. Why? Because it's important. So it's up to you to decide what's important to you. Yeah. Any more questions? Go ahead.
Is social media beneficial to children?
Is social media beneficial to children? That's a very important question. And here's my answer. Who's a child? Is it you? Is it you? No, I want to know, are you asking with respect to yourself? Okay, or younger children? You. Okay. Is social media beneficial? You guys, what do you think? Please, let's talk about it. It depends. Okay, who wants to say some more? Who wants to say some more? Who wants to say some more? Everybody said it depends. On what? Let's talk.
On the content.
On the content. How you use it. They answer your question. The age. What age? Go ahead. You're making a good point, but you need to learn to be confident in what you're saying.
Like for so they don't expect it to watch the
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Who else? I've been hearing reactions from here. Okay, so they've answered you. Is social media beneficiary? Yes. But guess what? It's also harmful to people like me as well. It's not only harmful to young children or children, in your own words. How much time do you spend on social media? Like me now, I've not been on Instagram for the last one month. And let me tell you why. It's not because I'm a good person. It's because I find it addictive. It's addictive for me. If I open Instagram, I can just be scrolling. Me, as grown as I am, I'm just mindlessly scrolling. And I won't know when 1 hour would have passed, 1 hour, 30 minutes. I'm one of those people who has to log into Instagram. I don't have Instagram consistently opened on my phone because it is addictive for me. Some of you can say it's not addictive for me. Oh. I don't find it addictive. I know how to. I don't know how to. So I know my weakness. The first place to start from is to know yourself. Know yourself. I know social media is a weakness for me. So I put a structure in place where I have to log in. My friend said that I'm old school. I said, leave it like that. So I log in and I log out. And for the past 1 month, I've only gone there very few times. I think it was my pastor's birthday, so I went there to go and do a post. I've just been on a break. Mark by me, I don't want to kill myself. Let me be able to account for my time. So if somebody like me will struggle with social media, how much more people that are younger? Do you understand? So she answered the question. It's about how long you are there and what you are actually there to do. How many of you heard about the boy who raped and almost killed another girl in Jos, 15-year-old boy. How many of you heard about it? It was in the news last week. And I know they listen to news. So when you're on social media, what do you do? This generation, we need to do better. Oh. We need to do better. See, it doesn't mean you are old. It just means that you are aware of the times. And it's going to, at the end of the day, in 5 years' time, be the differentiating factor between you and those in the same class with you. People who pay more attention to what's going on around them. Anyways, let me tell you guys